2008, I went to Gaza as part of the Free Gaza movement. I was sailing. I wasn't sailing myself. I was in the boat. We had a captain, and 40 of us took boats from Cyprus. This was before the Mavi Marmara to Gaza to break the siege, alhamdulillah. And I was trapped in Gaza for a month by the grace of Allah. And guess what month of the year it is? It was Ramadan. And there's another thing that comes up, right, with convert stories. SubhanAllah, truth seeking. I want to know the truth. And second is Ramadan. And maybe you've got a Ramadan story as well. Something happened, an invitation, something entered your heart. You changed it. You know, there's always something Ramadan there. So I was there for Ramadan with these, oh my God, I don't know. I can't really tell you about Gaza. You know, to think that, I mean, it was bad enough then. To think that's the glory days compared to now is very painful. The people were so lovely. I tried to fast a couple of days, and the brothers from the government wouldn't let me. They're like, why would you fast? If you're not doing it with a spiritual thing, it's just hunger and thirst. Please drink. And they used to give me sips of water and whatever they could find, and biscuits. But what I noticed about the Muslims then was that they weren't just going hungry, they were doing good deeds. And I was beginning to suspect that I was really in need of some good deeds, that I was selfish, self-obsessed, ungrateful, unhelpful. I came to realize that I was, approaching my 40s and I'd never visited somebody in hospital. I'd never volunteered, joined a charitable group. I mean, yeah, okay, I had started to because of Palestine, but it was late coming, and these people are just so giving. So I took some meat to a family in a Rafah refugee camp. And I remember knocking on the door and the mother opening the door, Muhammad, Tafadal, assalamu alaikum. Welcome. As if she was asking me into the Taj Mahal. Much nicer greeting than I'd get from members of my own family who are like, you're late, or is it tonight? She's like, wow, it's the best thing that ever happened that you're on my doorstep. I was bringing meat too, to be fair. But it wasn't that. I never felt it was that. It was never utilitarian. The greeting was never, what have they brought? It was, you're here. Wow. As if they've waited all their life to see you. SubhanAllah. So, I took some meat, and I was with a cameraman because I was doing some filming. And he said, please don't eat their food because the children have been fasting as well. And whatever you eat, the children won't get. So I'm like, cool, we'll eat later, no problem. And I look on the floor, and it's a bare cement room, by the way. There's nothing in it. There's literally nothing. I've got a photo in my book of the actual kitchen, I think. It wasn't a kitchen. It was, it was like a closet, a cement closet with a gas burner. SubhanAllah, I don't know how. And she was feeding 11 people there as best she could. Anyway, she piled everything. They only had some hummus and some salad leaves and some bread, and she was putting it basically all on a plate for me, the guest. And I said, I don't want anything to eat. She said, please. I said, I don't want anything to eat, please. And I felt this anger rise in me. And I said, why would you give me the food of your children? What is the point of all of this? I don't understand. You fast for 30 days, then day 31, you're still hungry because you haven't got enough food. So what's the point? You go without water for 30 days, day 31, you're still thirsty. So what's the point? And she said, with nothing in her life, nothing of dunya, I fast in Ramadan to remember the poor. And SubhanAllah, it was like a light went on in my heart, like light bulb moment. And I thought, SubhanAllah, if this is a faith, if this faith really exists, I want to be in. I want to be in. If there's a faith where you'd give the best that you have to the person, the stranger who knocks on your door. And if you can be grateful on the worst day that you've ever had for whatever God chooses to give you, that is quite some faith. I think you'll agree. SubhanAllah. It took another 2 years. I was obviously in quite a stubborn state with a lot to make tawbah for, but Allah Ta'ala allowed me to accept Islam 2 years later. I want to